Hey guys, before we get into the Girls from Thunder Strip episode here, we're just going to let you know that the audio quality on this episode's a little rough. Not sure what happened, but something in the recorder messed up, and I was able to salvage most of it, but not the cleanest audio we've ever recorded.
Not our finest hour.
Yep, so you're going to hear the return of somebody great to the Grindbin, and just for his debut, we decided to fuck it up, so you got that. And something we didn't mention in the episode, man...
That parted my hair when you told me about this. I can't believe we didn't talk about this during the episode.
Guys, we don't talk about it in the episode, but the movie, The Girls from Thunder Strip, was filmed at Spawn Ranch, which is... Spawn Ranch, not spelt Spawn as in the Todd McFarlane Spawn. It's S-P-A-H-N after the man who owned it. So apparently, Bobby, the guy who owned Spawn Ranch at the time that now Girls from Thunder Strip came out in 1970, I believe, the guy who owned that farm let somebody live on that property for free.
And who was that, Mike?
1968, I believe, and 1969 or 70. That was the Manson family.
Dear God.
And you know, this movie was filmed in 1969. And I don't know if you know when
what
that
else happened in 1969, Mike?
Well, there was a certain murder that occurred in 1969, probably while they were filming this movie. There's a good chance of that. So,
Jesus Christ, Mike.
Absolutely insane.
Would have loved to have known that before we recorded the episode.
Yep, so there's a little fun tidbit for you, right? Some fun facts.
This episode all around is just us operating at full capacity.
Yep, so enjoy The Girls from Thunder Strip in bad audio. Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Grindbin. I'm Mike Wood.
I'm Crispin.
And I'm Bobby Tribbett.
And today we're talking about 1970s, The Girls from Thunder Strip.
Man up!
Hey, Bobby, I got the money.
Dad, I made the team. But you're a hooker.
Get that goddamn thing out of your mouth.
Where did set it, knocker? I don't know.
Spooky got no real rhythm.
We're
Gonna play a little game, baby.
I just love funny games. Get a little girl all hot and horny.
This is Los Angeles.
How the hell would women live? I'm horny. And maybe Daddy wouldn't have had to kill himself because he couldn't get it up anymore.
What a shame.
It's for jacking off.
Come on, just step on the gas before we get cream.
So, man, here you are. You're back on the bin.
Yeah, let's
you
just
skipped quite a while.
Yeah, let's just gloss over that. So, this movie, let's go over the cast.
Yeah, you're apparently going to do all the cast, the crew, and the scene by scene. So
Appreciate
take it
you
away,
taking all the
Chris.
notes, dude.
Here we go, director.
And now Chris Mann.
Director, a man with lots of regret on his resume.
So the director of this movie and one of the writers is David L. Hewitt.
Yeah.
9 writing and directing credits, guys. 1965, The Wizard of Mars, which is, from a description, it's basically just The Wizard of Oz, but on Mars.
I'm sold.
So
I'm on board.
Really, with the guy who directed this, you'd watch another one?
You know, it's different enough. If you're not bound to the rules of reality.
Apparently, they land on Mars, and then they find some sort of yellow brick road that goes into Mars, and then there's a wizard who pulls a bunch of strings, and it's literally the same. It's just Wizard of Oz, but on Mars. So apparently somebody thought that was a good idea in 1965.
Well.
This guy who made this movie. Girls from Thunder Strip.
Hey, it's not his worst idea. We know that.
Nope. 1967, Gallery of Horror,
I'm listening.
which is John Carradine narrates... This is the description from IMDb. John Carradine narrates 5 horror tales, each with a comically predictable surprise ending.
Comically predictable. Nothing that's predictable is usually comedic, is
I
it
think
not?
the pitch needs work.
That's how they sold it. They're like, what? You said John Carradine? Also, Lon Chaney Jr.
That elevator
He's-
pitch has
he's
like
in it.
2 floors to get that pitch in, so...
1969, he directed The Mighty Gorga, which is a circus owner and a trapper trek into Africa to capture a giant gorilla for the circus. So that's a movie. It's on Something Weird Video, so it's probably something weird.
3 for 3 so far, by the way.
No.
1978, The Lucifer Complex, which was a TV movie. Apparently, an intelligent agent discovers a Nazi plot to revive the Third Reich by using clones, starring Robert Vaughn.
So far, it just sounds like you're naming bands that
I was
going to
say the exact same thing. It's like, this year on the
You
Warp...
played with all these guys,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. This year on the Warp Tour, the Lucifer Complex.
Wizard of Mars, the Mighty Gorg.
The Mighty Gorga, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then he stopped making movies.
Why ever would he do that?
Well, he went into visual effects work, and he
Ah.
worked on movies like Critters 4, Leprechaun 2,
Wow.
Ghoulies 4, Willow.
What?
Yeah, he was a special effects guy for Willow. Superman 4, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Inspector Gadget
Oh
2.
no!
2.
Wow.
Was that a Broderick joint, or he wasn't on board?
Oh,
for
No,
two?
they
come on
replaced him
now.
with, was it Rupert Everett? Who replaced him in part 2?
I don't know, Super Dave or something.
What's around?
They call up Super Dave.
Yeah. He's kind of like
Who
him.
played Inspector Gadget part 2? Ernest or somebody?
Inspector Jacket on a motorcycle the whole time.
I'd be all about that.
It may have been Ernest. And he's like, I should have been this in the first one, right?
Yeah.
Like, yep, whatever you say, Vern. The other writer, Pat Boyette, he's only got like 3 things.
All right.
Including this. The other one is 1962, The Weird Ones, which he wrote and directed. A couple of modeling agency publicists enlist the aid of a beauty queen in a plan to detain a malevolent alien named Astronik. It's a porno.
All right.
Yeah. He said that the original negative was burned in a fire, and I was like, your own, or?
By the way, Inspector Gadget 2 stars French Stewart
Oh,
from Third Rock from the Sun.
You know, and you guys laughed at Super Dave.
Oh my God, that does make sense. I could see him in that stupid little hat now.
Now you're wishing it was Super Dave.
Jesus Christ. French Stewart?
French
They had him
Ugh.
star in something?
Yeah.
God, that's rough.
Man, did they just go through the whole phone book and they were like, guess we got French.
God, he could have like been a double in Mob Boss.
Yeah, you know, French Stewart, he kind of him and Deason.
Yeah,
Take him or leave him, you know?
he is
I
our
say
modern day
leave
Deason.
Yeah. As Bobby said about Eddie Deason, I'd like to throw French Stewart down a well. Am I right?
I never said that, Mike. I definitely never said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is when it turns literally into a cartoon because
Oh,
at one point
fuck this
Deason's
movie.
trying to lift weights and his arms extend like Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah.
This is like a Roger Rabbit joke.
And they're
God
going to go back to this, by the
damn
way.
it.
They
We
have
do- we
not
do this
gotten
more
to
than
the
once.
bottom of that well.
No.
We're going to keep doing it.
They never hit the bottom of the well in this movie. They somehow find.
I
just
want
an
Eddie
abyss.
Deason to hit the bottom of a well.
1962, he made The Dungeon of Harrow. That's it.
Is that another porno?
That's it.
That's a role playing game he was doing, right?
It's a porno.
Oh,
No,
pardon me.
that's it. Then he went on to be a successful cartoonist and a comic book artist. In fact, he co-created the character The Peacemaker,
Also a porno.
which
The
apparently,
Peacemaker.
according to Wikipedia, is the basis of the comedian for The Watchmen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. It's him, the guy who co-wrote The Girls from Thunderstruck. I had to look up the name because I forgot what the fuck I watched. By the way, this is from one of our patrons. Thank you so much
Jesus.
for donating to us on Patreon. And I don't know why you hate us.
Which
Feel
one?
free to leave the Patreon.
Yeah. Fucking cut
I mean,
off.
we appreciate.
Cut off.
We really appreciate you supporting us. Go ahead and stop.
I'm going to the computer so I can find out who it was. Will we leave this all in? I don't know.
Yeah.
See if Bobby and Chris
At the
can-
other end of the warehouse, which is
See?
Grindbin Studios.
see if they can hold the
It's an
show
old
without
abandoned
me. Here
mill
we go.
in L.A. We're squatting.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right, guys, amongst yourselves, go.
So,
Yeah.
how you been, Chris?
Oh, I had a dream last night. I played guitar for Danzig.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I was playing my laptop instead of a guitar, so it was kind of weird.
What song were you doing?
It was like a drop tune one, so I think it was like a newer one. I think.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure, but I don't know what. Because all I know is I was playing my keyboard like a guitar, like my laptop like a guitar.
That's pretty sweet.
And he looked back at me and was like, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm doing pretty good.
he was like, is that a guitar? I gotta say, Danzig could use a little guitar.
Yeah.
Maybe mix things up a little bit. Get some synth in there.
Yeah, the keyboard and the How the Gods Kill era.
Yeah?
Yeah, assisting us like one song and then you like push it over and that was it.
Well, now that everybody's unsubscribed, thank you to listener Eric Walsh for
Cut
your
off.
donation to the Patreon. Thank you so much. You picked The Girls from Thunderstrip, which I think we're all in unanimous agreement. We loved it. So thank you so much.
It was the best.
Yeah, love it. I'd say it's right next to Tentacles. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Moving forward, I think we're just going to cover Girls from Thunderstrip every episode.
Yep. This is
We're going to
now
find new angles to look at it.
the Boys from Thunderstrip podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Every week. We're going minute by minute. There's going to be a lot of episodes where we're just like, a car drove by, and it was a single shot, and it took 1 minute.
Are we going to change our theme song to Thunderstruck? And then we'll dub over Struck with just us going strip.
Thunderstrip. always thought that the Thunder basketball team should play that song when they win a game.
How do they not?
Instead of a buzzer. Like right
They just
when
play
it
a
hits, it goes,
buzzer?
you know, at the end of a game, it should go, you bin! That is true! Only if they win. Otherwise, it's like, all right, here we go. You know.
It's just the bells from Highway to Hell.
Bong. All right, so we have the cast. Jody McRae plays Pike. I called him chicken fucker for most of the movie because look,
I called some of that in high school once. It was great.
was it Jody McRae?
No, I wish.
Anyways, he's the son of a very, very, very famous actor, Joel McRae, who is a huge Western actor. He has like over 90 credits, and the dude was prolific. Not so much for his son. No. He has 44 credits. Guys, he's in every beach movie. Every one.
Really?
You're not going to believe how many. You know, I'm going to read these off, and you're going to be like,
he's Frankie, Annette, and Gidget?
Dude, he's in every Frankie Annette. Like, he's the guy. He must be like one of Frankie's sidekicks.
He's been personally insulted by Big Drop?
Yeah, I'm sure. For all I know, he might be him. Who knows? You know?
I am automatically a fan of this guy. I don't know if we talked about this, but I fucking love beach movies.
Well, you've probably seen most of these. Ready? 1963, Operation Bikini, which, you know who that is? Tab Hunter.
Oh.
Grindbin All-Star Tab Hunter's in that one with Frankie Avalon.
They named a soda after him.
Operation Bikini is a little... Yeah, they did. What came first, the soda or the Tab actor? Who? What? You know? Where?
It worked because he was sort of the Tab of acting.
Yeah. Just kind of like... Tab's like the original LaCroix almost, I think.
Do you think that was his like pickup line with the girls? Put it on my tab, and he takes off his pants.
Man.
Oh, no, he was gay, I think, so...
So definitely not.
Yeah, Chris, he was...
Boy, do I have egg on my face.
I think maybe like in public he was doing that, but at home, no.
Oh,
I don't
well.
think he was.
Moving along.
Yep. Operation Bikini is like some sort of the boys are back from war.
Here come the boys?
Here come the boys. We're going to the... I bet they go to the beach with their fatigues on and everything, and they're like, oh, my God, we're not in the... Never mind.
Man, I'm just picturing Operation Bikini being like Inglorious Bastards, but they're all in bikinis.
Yeah. How'd you guess? Frankie in a bikini, you know? It was Annette who was wearing the pants that movie. 1963, he was in Beach Party.
Fantastic.
Then a year later, Muscle Beach Party.
Of course.
Then he was in Bikini Beach, Pajama Party. So he kind of went in the bedroom with that one. No more beach. You know, they upgraded to pajamas.
Getting sand in the bedroom.
No.
Then he was in Beach Blanket Bingo.
Classic.
And then How to Stuff a Wild Bikini.
Wonderful.
And then he stopped acting in 1981. He passed away in 2000.
Beach dried up?
Yeah, beach dried up. Actually, he moved to a permanent beach. He moved to Roswell, New Mexico, which I thought was an interesting choice. Apparently, in like 1980, he acted, or it was like right after this movie. Actually, 1981. Yeah, it was 1980. He was in a movie, and it was like a Western or something. And he was a rancher, and then he's like, I want to do that, and just moved to Roswell, bought a ranch, and said, fuck all this Hollywood jazz.
aliens?
Yeah. That was it. Yeah, he's like a regular Art Bell. You know, he lived out there and visited the mailbox and all that stuff, and he passed away. Took him into the ether in 2009 at the age of 74. I heard that Art Bell overdosed.
What?
Yeah.
On what?
It's crazy, man.
Conspiracy.
The truth.
That's right.
He overdosed on the truth.
The truth. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this, but you know what I always say. The faster I pronounce it, the better it sounds. Murray Ayers, who plays...
Nailed it.
Red.
Ayers.
Or as I called her... Thanks, Chris. Her name's Red, but for most of the movie, I just called her Bra, because that's all she was wearing for half the movie was a bra.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize she had a name. I didn't realize any characters really had names until all of a sudden halfway through they start calling people. They're like, yeah, so-and-so, and they're off screen. I'm like, well, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Who the hell's Hambone?
Yeah. They call him Pike. I knew him as Chicken Fucker. In my notes, at least. So
I think you watched a different cut of the film.
I
might
think you
have.
did.
Do you think there's about 10 minutes missing in this movie? Because I do.
Just the chicken
At one
fucking?
point, there's like, oh, are we in a different scene? Or
Well, yeah, because there's like weird random cuts to things that kind of don't
I think
make sense.
Amazon's like, well, even we can't show that.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, nobody's watching this, but for the 3 people that are.
Hey,
This
you
is
never
just-
know. If you recall, when I watched the Amazon cut of Robotrix, and I didn't get any of the
Oh.
more upsetting parts of the film.
Right.
Yeah, the best
yeah.
parts, right?
Some may say.
The category 3 parts. You only got the category 2, you know.
Cat 3.
Yeah, the cat 3. So she has 28 credits. She only did a few acting jobs in the 60s and 70s, including 1969, The Cycle Savages. Now, this is an interesting premise for a biker movie, guys. The leader of a biker gang takes exception to an artist sketching them, so he makes plans to crush the artist's hands.
Oh.
When you say takes exception, so that's just don't stop drawing me.
Yeah, apparently he was like, I don't like that picture.
He drew Muhammad.
Yep. 1970, Dirty Dingus McGee, which starred Frank Sinatra.
As the titular Dirty Dingus?
Yeah, Dirty Dingus.
Oh, God.
That's me, Frank. Do you think anybody saw Frank Sinatra like, hey, Dingus?
They weren't around long if they did.
Dirty
Who's the son of a
D.
bitch that called me
Dirty
Dingus?
D. Dirty D.
Well, that they definitely called him.
1972, 1 minute before death. It's a minute-long movie, and a lady dies.
That sounds like
No,
a
it's-
forgotten Bronson.
Oh.
It's a woman finds herself possessed by the soul of another woman trapped inside a painting. It's just Ghostbusters.
That's the Ghostbusters too, yeah. Superior.
Yeah. She would make sporadic TV appearances, and in TV movies, she was on an episode of Chips in 1979, which I didn't know that show went back that far. I was like,
It does.
1979.
My parents have an autographed poster from Chips.
Really big Chips fans?
Yeah.
And then she was in an episode of Married with Children in 1994. She played the character of Wino Gal.
Wino gal.
Yeah. So was that? What do you think that was? Like she was like a homeless lady.
Al tries to sleep with her.
Yeah, he put shoes on her, and is that what he did in that show? He just sold shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And complained
He
and
worked at a shoe store.
yeah.
I never watched that show, as a kid.
You're not missing much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a steady job and a nice house and a hot wife and wanted to have sex all the time. It sucked.
And he sold.
It was terrible.
shoes.
We were supposed to feel real bad for him.
Well, he
Yeah.
was a shoe salesman by day, so
Yeah.
I'd want to shoot myself.
But, like,
too.
fat women would come in.
And that was his
God
big
damn,
complaint.
Weep for Al.
How did he live?
I know.
She still acts in shorts and other small productions. Anyways, Casey Kasem is in this
I know.
movie.
Holy shit.
What the fuck, man?
That was really
Hey!
unexpected.
Hey, it's me, Casey Kasem. Top 40 movies, Girls from Thunder Strip. Am I right?
The other biker gang left a message, and it said, "Dear girls from Thunderstrip."
By the way, best part of this movie.
Well, yeah.
And he's in it for 5 minutes.
I really expected there to be more Casey Kasem in this.
Oh, you mean one of the various plot lines that just gets dropped throughout the movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of those. This movie, now, here's the thing. It's god-awful. My God, is it bad. And I don't know how far on the scale of bin movies this falls. I mean, we'll discuss it at the
It's
end.
pretty far back. It's pretty
But
far down.
This movie, on minute 76, which is, I think, how long it is still trying to figure out what it wants to do.
yeah.
It's like a series of vignettes. They're like, how about a movie about this? No? Okay, well, we'll do something else for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
How about a movie about this? No?
We've watched a couple movies like that where it feels like you're watching somebody try to write the script in real time. Like this, and they go, no, fuck that, no,
Yeah.
no, that guy's not there
Yeah.
anymore. No, never mind that guy.
Yeah.
Now,
We only got Casey for a day, and unfortunately we gave him a main character. So let's just write him out of the movie, and it'll be fine, right? No, this movie, by the way, one of the worst. Here's the thing, though. I'd say some interesting camera shots, and I'll give them that. Like it
yeah.
was surprisingly decent for like 2 or 3 shots.
you do see some potential.
When they had that shot between, like, you know what I'm talking about with the
the
bike
wheel.
wheel,
Yeah,
and you see
I
through it. I'm
knew-
like,
that's the first
hey,
thing I
there
thought
we
of.
go.
Yeah.
Somebody saw an Argento movie or something, you know?
You're thinking of like Toby Hooper.
Yes,
you know,
and you're
like
like,
a
okay.
chainsaw when he goes under the
Yes.
swing and he's following the girl. You're like,
so.
oh, this is
Here we
this
go.
is arty.
Right? Here we go. And then,
that guy got.
We'll just-
that guy probably got fired.
yeah, well, or somebody was like, do you know what eye lines are? And he's like, what? You know, so it looks like people are looking at each other and, wait, what? That's how.
You
what?
get out of here. I'm trying to make a movie here.
This is like what you would expect a Grindhouse movie to look like. You know, if you told somebody about the genre, they'd be like, oh, it's going to be all film scratch and everything.
Yeah.
Now, I couldn't figure out, is this like an actual scratchy print or they just fucking throw a After Effects filter on it? Because to me, it's almost too fake.
Oh no, this is God. They found this on the ground. There's no way.
I mean, yeah.
This was never supposed to be seen.
The only place you can find this is streaming on Amazon. Like, I don't even think there's a DVD
I
or
tried to
anything.
search high and low to torrent
nothing.
this, and I was
There's nothing.
'cause I refused to pay for it, and I couldn't find it anywhere.
I gotta say, bless Amazon. They have so much of this shit on
Really?
there.
Bless
Yeah.
them?
Yeah.
Well, we're not.
I think in this,
Bless
in this
that
sense-
zillionaire who won't.
if this does
So
not
Bezos
end-
just found this in the trash can. He's like, I could make like $3 off this. Get it up
How do
there,
you think
kid.
he got so rich?
Yeah, off the backs of hardworking people that don't get enough benefits.
Oh man!
Right.
Whoa!
Low wages.
Here we
and,
go.
They're gonna make you leave the show again. You're gonna go back on probation.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Don't make him call in. You
know-
know how he gets. You
I don't know if
how
you've
he
heard the
gets.
last few episodes, man, but we've been talking with Crown again.
No, I have not.
Yeah, don't keep that
I'm gonna poke the fucking
that
bear.
anti-free market stuff
Poke
a little
the
down.
fucking
You know
bear.
what I mean? He's still looking for. He did tell us he was looking for a sponsor, and somebody had used an inappropriate word on a conference call, and it didn't go well, and we haven't heard from him. I don't think since. So.
He told me about that one too.
Yeah.
It was going to be they were just going to work with the football league, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were going to. Mr. Crown's idea was
The no fun league, if you ask me. Am I right?
So
Crown-
here's,
yeah.
I don't mean to pull back the curtain too far, but here's a little something for you listeners. Man's actually been here. He's just been taking a knee.
Yeah. So, guys, this movie starts the same thing as Cycle Girls. It's just we're cruising.
and the same fucking banjo song is going to pervade the
But you know
entire
what?
film.
It's an original song.
I don't care.
Yeah, we're either gonna be cruising down the road or the South's gonna rise again.
Yeah.
Maybe both.
This is really kind of like somebody trying to make a H.G. Lewis movie, but goddamn failed miserably. But somehow
gotta
they got
say-
Casey Kasem.
I'm honestly a little impressed that someone can end up being sub H.G. Lewis. Like you managed
Oh.
to not quite reach the heights.
The problem is that this movie just makes no sense. Like it's just
It's listless. It doesn't know where it's going. There's times where I'm like, why are we? There's like it plots
It's-
to nowhere.
It's just like Bobby
like a
said.
good
They're-
half hour.
They didn't write it. They just went out with cameras. They're
They
like,
were
so
winging
what
it.
do we do next, guys?
I guarantee this thing was shot chronologically.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
They're just like, whatever.
And
What
you're-
if we go over here?
Yeah.
You're right about one thing is that they're just like, okay, now we're at the field. What do we do?
Yeah.
Well, there's a man and a woman. I think I only got one solution to this, so why don't we just do it?
And when I say do it,
Boy, do they ever.
Hit that music. Bing, 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 bing.
You know, at least you don't have to see it. But Jesus Christ.
and the fact that they put music over
I
it.
feel like you did, but Amazon cut it out.
Maybe.
Yeah. So all of a sudden we cut to two people talking, and the eye lines do not match, which is immediately like, I'm like, oh
How many
boy.
people are talking?
Holy fuck.
Because they're not looking at each other. So like, how is this? Are we gonna see more people pop up?
Yeah, because, okay, imagine this, listeners, because, obviously, if you want to watch this movie, it's for free on Amazon Prime. Go ahead.
Better ways to spend your time.
But, if you want to watch it, you can do it. Just remember, though, that Amazon Prime does not allow you the option to speed up the movie. So that's
what's
one you
the
gotta
hardest.
you gotta watch one speed.
So if you're washing dishes or playing a particularly vigorous round of Tetris, it's a good time to put that on.
yeah, if you really need motivation to do your taxes, put on Thunderstrip.
To do your taxes in September.
Yeah, go fuck this and just start filing. Yeah, you're like, you know what? I'm doing quarterly this year. Fuck it.
Feels more honest.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, we cut to those two people, and that's when you're like, God damn, we're in deep. Because they're just staring straight, like they're staring like straight into the camera, like
Yeah.
barrel of the lens, and they're like, hi. Hi.
It's like that scene in Empire Records when Guar stares at Mark through the TV screen. Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
But it's like this, ready? Hello, I'm a bike man. Are you a girl?
Yes, I am a girl. I need a ride on your bike, man.
You want to go for a ride?
On your bike, man?
Yeah, do you want to? So how about a ride bike?
Yeah, I'll take a ride on your bike. Ride bike, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Cruising, and then we just cut. There's no fucking script because,
I
man,
can't believe we nailed that word for word.
we did. We won't play it. For fuck's sake, we won't play
No.
it. But that's exactly
The
what I
in our
added
footnote.
time to edit that in, Mike does not want to take. That would.
Here's the thing, though. There's no script. Because there are
No.
times when they just will start. I mean, they talk like a Quentin Tarantino movie in some of this.
Yeah.
Now, there are two guys in this movie that are fucking fantastic, okay? The highlight of this movie, which we'll get to, is the sheriff and Casey Kasem. They share some scenes where you're just like, they're really just riffing, man.
It is
and that
the-
sheriff is taking it to a new level.
The two of them is the closest this gets to being a movie.
It really, because I was watching, I'm like, man, this really feels like Death Proof.
It feels like death.
Yeah, it does feel like that.
Yeah, I really thought that. There's some pacing where I'm
Yeah,
like, this
there
dialogue
is.
feels real enough where it's like, it does feel exploitation enough.
And we'll get to
yeah.
it as like, I did like some of those things.
You
And
do
I'm like,
Yeah.
get the feeling, like, now that you say that,
Yeah.
you do get the feeling that Tarantino likes this movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
And
I'm
that
sure he
is
does.
maybe more heinous than the things we already know about Tarantino.
Yeah.
So, okay, what he does say, though, is he goes, hey, buddy rabbit, where you going? Just walking. And that's when she gets on the ride. Then he says something like, well, you get a chance to ride with the king.
And I gotta say, at the end of this scene where they're setting up a ride on his motorcycle,
Yeah.
we start cropping all the images to where it's just from like shoulders up, and you get the feeling that they had to do reshoots after they
Yeah.
gave the bikes back.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
You know, they're like, we need some more dialogue.
We
This
only
doesn't
got
make
those for
sense."
20 minutes, so we got to get
So
all
they're
the
just-
bike shots.
I bet they're just standing at the side of the road. They're like, we just gotta zoom in.
I think they're
Gotta
just
zoom in.
mounting wooden fences right now, just to give that that weird
To give
straddle
it height.
effect.
To be honest, I feel like every
Oh, we went out of
close-up,
Saworth?
I feel like every close-up was done in the same field.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's just so close that it's like a tree, and it doesn't look like we're in the same location at all. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, okay, now you walk in front of the camera, say your lines. Okay, now you do it, say your lines. And that was it. And they shot this movie in 2 days. If that. So we go to the field. Guys, we go there, and she's like, okay, well, we pulled into a field. What are we going to do now? And
He
he's
says,
like,
we're gonna have a picnic.
yeah.
And she goes, where's the food? And then what happens?
Buckle
man?
up. Oh God.
He says, you're the food.
yeah, and she.
Great start.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I'm really glad we're watching this.
Yeah, and then she proceeds to get thrown onto the ground, and then
2 minutes in, guys, we get a rape.
Yeah.
2 minutes
Just
into the
some
movie. And by the
banjo.
way, the credit sequence were 1:30.
Man, I
So,
just got here.
30 seconds into the actual movie.
I don't. The fact that we have to watch her rape to this upbeat banjo music, like.
They pretend like we're
Yeah.
supposed to be cheering for it.
So here we go, guys.
And I am not cheering for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then here it is. Maybe the worst line in Grindbin history. Ready? He says something about how he's going to take her from first grade
Oh,
to
to
second
second grade.
grade.
This is great.
Just
Guys.
like,
I'm
is
really
this-
glad we're watching this.
Is this a sort of bike reference, or is he talking about grade school?
I'm
'Cause
Chris
I know this
Hansen.
girl's supposed
He's
to be
definitely
like
talking about grade school, man.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was trying to give him the benefit of the
He's
doubt, Bobby.
saying
I'm
that
like,
he's
maybe there's some
teaching
sort
her
of,
a few
Yeah.
things.
you know, maybe he's talking about tires. I don't know. Some sort of grade. On the, you know, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because I'm like, if you, sir, really said that, yikes.
I think they really did mean grade school.
Oh,
Come
they
on,
did.
Come
Oh,
on.
they did.
He definitely.
Yeah.
He somehow felt the need to make a rape creepier.
Yeah. He's like, how was that? To the director after that, he's like, what? Whatever. We're editing in camera for this one, so whatever happens, happens, man.
Tarantino's watching his VHS going, this is great!
Oh my God, you hear that? I'm going to write that into Kill Bill right there. So then at least I said, well, at least his shots frame nice. the through the bike wheel
Yeah,
shot,
that was
you know?
the one good thing about this film so far.
So he rapes her, and then we cut to some other bikers on the side of the road. 2 guys and a woman. So there's like this hippie lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's just like a hippie Wiccan or something.
Yeah, at first I thought she was wearing like a Deathly Hallows.
Yes,
It
yes.
ended
It
up
was
just
like-
being a peace sign, but just
Yeah.
from the angle, I was like, where the hell did she get that?
I thought she was like a witch. Yeah, I was
Like
like,
a
oh,
Helena-
okay. I'm
She's
digging
got
it.
like a beatnik thing going
Yeah.
on, which is kind of cool.
Like a weird Helena Bonham Carter meets, I don't know,
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling.
So then they make her siphon gas out of a hose from one bike to another, which I didn't understand. I was like, if they filled up their bikes at the same, no, fuck it.
Yeah.
I guess one guy did and one guy didn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
And she doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, rightfully so. She doesn't
Because-
want to put her lips on a fucking gas hose and suck it out of there. Who wants to do that? And then the guy hits her because she doesn't do it right, and then he does it himself.
This is great. I'm really glad we're watching this.
Yep. And then he goes, "Let's just leave the broad behind."
And at this point, I'm like, is this movie just a series of female abuse vignettes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I figured
Is
out
that
I
all
was
we're
like,
doing here?
I wrote, "This is like some sort of reverse roommates,"
Like
which is another movie we've
I
covered.
almost stopped the film and messaged you guys, like, guys, what is this? Do I?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
I'm rethinking the whole thing. I was just like, why are we even watching this?
It's bad, man. I think I figured it out though, guys. I was like, this must have been some like sort of prisoner film festival. They're like, we're gonna give the prisoners cameras. You guys get 1 day out, and we're gonna
somehow
film a movie.
They all explored the same theme. It was bizarre.
Yeah,
What
they're
are
like,
the chances that would happen?
We got some women, so we're just gonna be mean to them on camera because we blame them for all our problems.
Right. So that happens. And,
Yep, it does.
This woman is abused and left on the ground. And then we cut to the fellas having lunch in real time.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
not doing
well,
anything. We're just eating a burger.
Yeah, there is that part where we have to cut back post-rape, where the other guy gives her a nickel or something.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. He tosses her.
So here's the thing.
Well,
now-
she wasn't even they make her not even upset. She's almost you spilled a drink on her. That's how the level
had
of
this happen a bunch of times.
Yeah, it's just
he's on one again.
yeah.
Now here's the thing that's really bizarre about this movie, is that all the guys, other than one biker who looks legit crazy, the other guys are just look like Elvis bikers. You know what I mean? Like they got pompadours and they're clean shaven. They talk like they should be in a beach party movie, but they're like raping women.
Say gang.
Yeah, they're like, hey, I think I'm gonna go get me one of them gals and rape her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, I don't know if it's worse or it just doesn't. It's for some reason I'm detached completely from this movie while watching it because I'm watching actors who are clearly not destined for this role. It's I guess whoever they could get.
Yeah.
Being these angry, murderous bikers.
And there's no one I want to invest in is the problem.
No.
Anyone
no
in this film whatsoever.
No, not even the female character.
No.
Everybody's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the sheriff. I did enjoy the sheriff in case of.
Well, by the time we get to those guys, it's such a we finally cracked a window on this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's actually what I wrote in my notes. I was like, I could get behind these guys. Let's follow these guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a little
I need
white
the
lightning
palate
movie.
cleanse for a
yeah.
second.
So okay,
But we're
before
not
that,
there yet.
We're at lunch, right?
We're having
Because
lunch?
after we hit a lady, we got to go eat a sandwich. And so then he tells her,
And so the rapist
Oh,
dude picked
God.
up the beatnik girl and he brought her to lunch with the guys who already left her on the road.
well, but Bobby, before they go to lunch, he goes, get on the bike, and hopefully you don't get any dumber on the way over.
Yeah.
Woo! Man!
Are
you feeling it yet, guys? I mean, are we feeling it?
Man, am I ever feeling this movie?
Who is this movie
sad
for?
at this point?
Who is this movie for?
Well, you know there's people who are way into this movie.
Even a biker gang would be like, dude, that's too far, man.
Yeah.
Come on. You made her suck the gas out? Christ. And this
guy
guy's
turned into his old lady like, I'd never make you do that.
guy's standing up at the drive and he's like, and they say we're bad, right? Come on.
God.
These
Was that the
Hollywood
purpose
types.
of this movie? To make horrible men be like, I'm not that bad.
This is the movie you bring your
Yeah.
wife to. If you're a horrible person, you go, see,
And suddenly she
I
thinks
could be
you're
that.
great.
Yeah, she goes, you're right. You never made me siphon gas for you.
Yet.
Yeah. Speaking of which, so rapist and the hippie, they join the other guys at the gas station, and the guys are eating sandwiches, and the hippie's hungry. She's like, I haven't
She's
eaten in
beatnik,
2
not
days.
hippie.
Okay, she's a
Very
beatnik.
different thing.
She goes, I haven't eaten in 2 days, and he goes, oh yeah, and then he throws.
So, get ready. Oh, this is where the fun really starts, guys. They throw food on the ground, and they push her face in the dirt, telling her to eat like a dog.
With
Yeah.
their fucking boot on her fucking head.
What the fuck are we watching?
Eat it. No, this is not funny at all. But as,
No, it's
as
not.
you guys are describing it to me, I'm like, what the fuck? Like who?
I
Okay,
gotta
now
say,
what we're
usually
gonna
we
do
wait
in
until
this
the end of the
scene-
movie to talk about these sorts of
It's
things.
like-
This is the first time I've gotten legitimate angry watching a movie for the bin. Like, I was fucking livid watching this thing. I had to get up and pace around the room. I did a quick lap and sat back down. I'm like, fuck this movie.
Okay, so on set they're just like, okay, and then this next, she's like, all right, what are we doing this next scene? Okay, so he's gonna throw a sandwich on the ground, and then he's gonna shove your face in it like a dog and put his boot on your head.
Really glad we're watching this.
I'm glad I got paid $50 today. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, for fuck's sake.
Like, you almost expect someone in the cast to suddenly be a different actor.
I almost, you
Like,
know,
there's a sudden cut, and now like the beatnik girl is a different actress.
yeah. No,
Like,
don't worry.
Surely
They pour
someone
water
got
on
up and
her
went,
head.
"No, fuck you. I'm not doing any more
Yeah.
of this."
No, don't worry, Bobby.
Oh,
They finished that off with pouring water on her head.
yeah, great.
You
Yeah,
know?
why not?
So
I'm getting angry again.
I just wrote who made this.
Well, it's hard to
And
tell.
why?
It's hard to tell that it was water because it looks like he's almost urinating on her from the angle and the stream.
At this
So
point, I wouldn't have been fucking surprised.
right, yeah,
Is this enjoyable?
No.
for people.
no,
So Tarantino loved it though.
I'm sure, yeah. If there's any like feet scenes in it,
That's
I'm
the
sure.
thing. He's like, my only problem with this movie is they got the shoes on.
So a gas station worker comes over for a fight. So this guy comes over. He's like, "Hey, you can't treat a lady like that." And
Oh,
they're
we
like,
got
"Ah,
ourselves a white knight,
yeah,
fellas.
here we go, a little white knight cuck over here. Here we go."
And he brings a bottle to a knife fight.
Yeah, here's the thing. He didn't break the bottle. He just brings in a full beer bottle.
He's just waving around a bottle.
And he's
It's
like,
okay. I remember those video games. You know, Streets of Rage. You pick up a full bottle.
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta- You get one strike, and now you have the
Fuck
broken.
yeah.
that's true.
Did you get to do that in Double Dragon, or was that just?
Oh yeah, they're basically the same game.
So then they go,
And that
oh,
opens
boy.
with a woman getting punched in the stomach.
Oh.
There's
man.
a precedent.
Do you ever think Double Dragon was just girls from Thunderstrip?
Oh man.
So the fight ensues between the rapist and the hillbilly, because he says, like, he goes, look, we got ourselves a real life hillbilly. Like, okay,
Yeah.
now we're, you know, again,
So I guess this
who's
is the hero
for?
of our story.
Who's this for? We're even doing hard takes on hillbillies now. Like,
no.
goddamn, they just hate everybody. This is a real nihilist movie, I guess. It's just fucking everybody's terrible.
We are exploring how tragic the world really is.
You like movies about bikers and rapists and being mean to everybody? Yeah, well, fuck you. You're a piece of trash for buying a ticket. Thanks. Go on your way out. Fuck you. See my movie about the Wizard of Oz on Mars. Thank you.
Is that what the point of this movie was? Was like, for people who were watching these kinds of movies going to the drive-ins, fuck you for liking these things?
It almost feels like it's like a like a weed scare
They
movie.
want to push it all so far that of these biker flicks that like you get turned off to biker flicks.
Yeah, somebody's like, I've had enough. I don't think we need any more.
You're
So
right. This is wrong.
This single-handedly ruined the genre. Or,
It's like biker madness.
yeah, biker madness.
Madness.
That's good. Yeah.
That's not bad.
So then they go like, hey, let's get in a fight, and then the guy just stabs the beatnik lady instead.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, he accidentally stabs her because
though,
he's trying to fend
seriously-
him off with the bottle, and the bottle.
Yeah, there's a wild swing with the knife.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
goes right into this poor woman.
Yeah.
standing at knife's length.
This is by Bobby. She was like, I'm not comfortable being in this movie. He goes, yeah, you don't like being in the movie? Well, fuck you. You're going to die.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We wrote your character out of the movie.
So here's the thing. They murder a woman in cold blood, right?
do.
And there's another lady that's running the gas station. She comes out and she's like, all right, I already called the cops. What the fuck is going on? And the gas station guy's like, oh, shit. And then here's the thing. The bikers are just sitting there. They go, you hear the siren? They go, think we should leave? And he's like, nah. And we just sit there.
You think
As-
that dialogue was scripted?
Sure.
You think there was a script to this?
Should I be, what's my motivation? Should I be leaving? I just murdered a woman? And goes, no, you don't care. Okay, so we're just going to sit here as the cops arrive? Yeah. So then the sheriff pulls up and he goes, oh, so there's a dead girl on the ground. And they're like, yeah, she just fell on the knife or something. I think the exact line is, hold on. The girl fell down and broke her crown.
Yeah.
What a time for levity.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. And then the cop just kind of lifts her head. He's like, yeah, she looks dead. Do you guys know anything about this? No. And then the gas station guy goes, it was me. It was my fault. I killed her.
Yeah, I don't.
And the lady from the store is like, no, you didn't. Hold on. Why are you doing this? What the fuck? And then she goes, yeah, these men killed that lady. And the sheriff's like, well, I guess we'll arrest them. And it takes 10 minutes.
It does. And at this point, I'm weeping into my hand.
We literally have to watch everything in real time.
Best part, though, Bobby, and you know what I'm going to say. Sheriff pulls a honky-tonk man.
I have that in my notes. All caps, Sheriff Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, they got me.
That was the
You know
best
how-
part of this whole movie so far is the guitar break.
And
So-
you see it coming a mile away. It's
How
By
do
the
you
way-
acquire the guitar, Mike?
I was just going to say, the guitar appears from nowhere.
yeah. Maybe it was at
Which
that
is
store.
great.
Maybe it was at the store and they bought it.
Maybe. I like the idea of like a video game. He just suddenly had a guitar.
Because he just has one.
And I jumped off the couch. I cheered. I audibly
This is when you
applauded this.
when you sat back down.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
like,
like, yeah!
"Oh, okay, here we go.
It's like,
Here we
now
go."
we got a movie here.
Now, I will have to say, though, that when we get to the end of this movie, I'm like, okay, there's a part where it's like, you got me. You got me.
Okay.
Because the way this movie ends, it's maybe one of the best endings
We'll get to that.
to a Grindbin movie.
But yeah, so Sheriff pulls a honky tonk, man.
Yeah.
And just clatters this guy with a guitar.
Yeah, he breaks the
And,
guitar over his back.
I never thought I'd be rooting for the cops in a Grindhouse movie.
Oh, God,
Yeah,
am I ever.
it's so weird.
Am I ever.
I'm like, you made everybody so fucking detestable.
Yeah.
And then this sheriff comes in, and all we know about him so far is he appreciates music and and has no time for rapist murdering bikers.
Yeah. And so then he puts them in the car. It takes about 5 minutes. Because we literally have to watch him drag the guy he hit with the guitar into the car. Mm-hmm. Then we go to a police
It's all
station.
one shot too.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong.
Oh, editing. Come on, Chris. Editing in camera.
Yeah. It's like every.
They just had one reel. And like, and cut. Okay, let's go to the next location. And no second takes, by the way. No. Because there's multiple parts where people like start a line and then start talking about something else. And So we get to the police station. They lock up the bikers, and then Casey Kasem's here as an FBI agent. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?
I'm Casey Kasem.
I'm Detective FBI Conrad. And you know what? The government really wants some of that tax money from them old stills down here in your district."
All
And to help
right.
explain that, here's a song from 1967.
And so the sheriff's like,
Got Rodney Bing showed up.
Yeah, it's all the.
Big wham bam.
Yeah.
yeah, actually, his FBI assistant, doesn't really talk. It could have been Rodney.
It could-
You know?
Should have been.
So the sheriff, he's like, yeah, I don't really give a shit. People can make moonshine. I don't fucking care. And he's just playing darts. And he's like, well, how come you aren't busting them, Sheriff? He's like, because I don't care. And he's like, well, we're going to go bust them. And then he gives him a paper. He's like, all right, I guess we'll go bust a still.
And in real time, this scene lasts like 10 minutes longer than it should.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and
Like
there is
every scene
also
in
the
this
part
movie.
where Casey Kasem has to say, how dare you let a woman run a moonshine still?
yeah.
And I'm like, man, even Casey's got hard takes against women in this movie? Jesus.
I was counting on you, Casey.
Because he says something like, he's like, how how horrible, how morally reprehensible it is to let a woman run a moonshine still.
You let me down, Shaggy.
Did you know a man invented tampons?
Anyways, yeah, I guess this movie's now following these guys, right? And I'm like, good. I would rather be with the FBI and the sheriff than those rapist, murderous bikers.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying these guys. They
Yeah.
got good rapport.
There's a
Or
fun back and
naive.
forth. You know, you got the loose, fast and loose cop, and then the straight and narrow, FBI agents. Okay,
Yeah.
there's a cool back and forth. That's
Then
fun.
we get some real interesting parts where the cop starts like coming on to Casey
yeah,
Kasem
yeah.
in like
And
a
he's
hard
like-
way.
I'm way more interested in this.
And
And
he's-
I was so
There's
naive
a
that I was
gay
like, well, I
subplot.
don't really see how that opening couple scenes fits in, but I'm
Yeah.
glad we're into the movie now.
Yeah, because he's giving him the eye. Like every time he talks to him, he's like,
Oh no, this becomes a very progressive movie at one
yeah,
point.
oh yeah,
where we have a gay relationship that develops in this movie between Casey Kasem and a hillbilly sheriff.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be the best bait and switch.
I mean, that's what happens for 10 minutes.
Because the first couple minutes of this movie really
Yeah.
pulls in a certain type of guy, and then gotcha, it's a gay love story.
Gotcha.
You're already here. The dead end driving is locked.
So
You may find the wheels have been removed from your van.
then we go to the raid, which is the fucking laziest thing I've ever seen. Is at first they just walk up
Oh,
to a
Jesus.
lady bathing in a river, and the sheriff goes, all right, might want to put your clothes back on, and hands her clothes. And he's like, all right, we're going to go destroy that still. So, okay. Now, you think I'm not, being
No, you're
this is,
You're on point with
I'm
it.
reenacting the movie for everybody, okay?
Yeah.
And Casey Kasem's like, boy, I'm excited to go get my first still. And he's like, yep.
And at this point, I'm looking around the room. I'm like, what is this? Am I actually? Did I fall asleep?
Is there a missing reel that's rolling down the street?
This movie is like a nightmare.
It
It's
is.
like you're having a nightmare while you're watching this movie because it's so. So yeah, then she runs. Okay, here's the thing. She goes and runs away like 2 feet, and then just
She
kind
gets
of
nowhere.
falls in the dirt. And this dumb cop Orville,
No, cop. I misheard
who
you.
they apparently only had for like 2 days because he just disappears halfway
Yeah.
through the movie.
Yeah.
Orville goes and gets her. And he's slow, because you
That's
got to have
fine.
one of them, right? You got to have a slow guy in the movie because boy is that funny.
Yeah.
So then the sheriff is just lit in he has a cigar now on a raid on a moonshine still.
Yeah.
And they're just standing
Highly
outside.
flammable stuff. He's
Casey Kasem's going fucking wild. He's like, and he's like, yep, we're just going to stay in here. And then somebody starts shooting guns. And I do like this is Casey Kasem's like, what the fuck? Who keeps shooting that fucking gun?
which is how one would react to that.
Yeah. And he's like, don't worry about it. So anyways, we're going to go up that hill and they've probably got guns.
As
and then
occasional bullets are whizzing by as he
Yeah.
says this.
we're just going to go get them. And then the girls are like, holy shit, there's cops on our property. So then we get Bra, who's just a lady who
Red.
wears a bra, and short hair, who's called Lil. About halfway through the movie, they give her a name. And they're like, you think somebody's coming to get here to ruin our still? And they're like, yeah, fuck this shit, let's go. And she's like, why'd you park the car so far away? She goes, I don't know, let's just go fucking shoot at them cops.
And so we're having this shootout, and Orville is returning fire, and he's shooting nowhere in particular.
Yeah, at one point
He's just sort of
yeah.
firing into the air.
Yeah.
Because the sheriff looks at him and goes, yeah, Orville. One day you'll learn, son. At least you followed the right direction from last time. Don't point it at a person.
It's really
Because,
sort of
man.
he's my wife's brother. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Can't fire him. Maybe if I want to sleep outside the rest of my life.
And then this is the part where Conrad, so Casey Kasem and the sheriff
Yeah.
get behind a rock.
Oh my god! And this rock disappears and reappears.
Yeah.
In like every other
It's
shot.
a magic rock.
Here's the thing. I'm not, and this is where I write my notes. I'm not joking. This is, I don't know what's going on. I mean, seriously, what is happening? Because the cop says something like, it's real hard around here, but boy, did it get a lot better when you came around, Mr. Conrad.
Yeah.
Say, would you like a stick of juicy fruit?
And
Oh
he's
my
like, no,
God.
we're in the middle of a shootout and everything. And he's like,
You look a little tense. Maybe I can give you a deep tissue massage.
he says something. He goes,
He doesn't say that.
Wants
but-
a s-
no, he does say something. He goes, well, maybe after that raid, we could go back to my place.
Well, he
hang
offers
out,
him
you
a
know,
s-
unwind.
He offers him a stick of juicy fruit because
Yeah.
it's gonna
Yeah,
relax
yeah.
him. And
Just
he's,
the
That becomes
juicy
like
fruit.
a gag in this.
Yeah.
yeah, but I think that's coyful euphemism.
Yeah.
for-
Oh, that's the old gay come on back
Right.
then?
Well.
A stick of juicy fruit?
yeah.
Is that the innuendo?
I don't know, but probably.
Is that what it was supposed to be? I just
No.
thought they were throwing in a product reference.
No, I don't think there actually
The
was.
juicy fruit people are going to be really upset if we don't mention their gum.
That's the only reason we were able to afford this movie.
Girls from Thunder Strip brought to you by Juicy Fruit.
Made with a generous contribution from the people at Juicy Fruit, which was what, Wrigley?
Yeah, that's why the credits were all in yellow.
The
Thunder
taste is
Strip.
gonna move you.
You know, the girls from Thunder Strip, boy, they get tired and running from the cops all day, and boy, do they love to quench their thirst with a nice stick of juicy fruit. So the sisters drive away in the car. The cops are nowhere to be found, of course, because they're just sitting around going like, I don't know what we're doing. Then they like come up to a cop car and they decide to run it down a hill with a rock. Cut
Yeah.
to the fucking worst stock footage I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
We're talking like something that was filmed in the 40s. They cut to, like, you know, we're talking a good 3 decades older footage that they cut to where you hear like the talkie, you know, and he's like, oh, then the car's going down the hill, oh, the humanity.
They might as well have just cut to a house exploding.
Yeah, they should.
Like it didn't matter.
Because
Like an old fucking Charlie Chaplin facade falling on the guy.
Buster Keaton, where the window falls
Yeah,
over.
they
Buster
should've just
Keaton
thrown that
hanging
in.
from a goddamn clock, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And yeah,
The car goes down the hill and it just cuts to the fat guy taking the cannonball.
I mean, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And so,
Okay.
yeah, because just the bra lady and her sister are like staring straight at the camera and they go, whoa! And you see this, as you see like a front view of like a hill and a car rolling down it, and like, yeah, you
And
can
they
hear
can't
the,
see it rolling down, so what are they looking at? It's
Yeah,
on the other side of the
exactly.
hill.
You just
They're
hear
like,
the
oh! And there's nothing to see. And, hey, okay, why didn't they just steal it and drive as far as they can?
Yeah.
Instead of getting rid of it. They're on foot now.
Yeah, because they're even like, this car's great. I hear they got a bunch of horsepower. Well, let's
Yeah.
see.
And they put a rock on the accelerator.
And then you hear the, you know, the piano vaudeville music in the background, you know?
Born in Dixie's playing, whatever it is.
This is filmed when like they filmed the train coming at the audience footage. Like this is the next thing they filmed.
Yeah.
You know? Car going downhill. It was a big smash hit. So yeah. The reaction shot though was great.
Yeah.
Love it.
Best acting in the whole movie.
So then the raid, the sheriff, he's like going, hey, this is a nice setup. And he starts drinking some of the moonshine. You know, he needs to loosen himself up because he's really going to make the hard move on Mr. Conrad.
He's building up the confidence.
Because Casey Kasem's going around taking pictures, everything, and he goes, Sheriff, I know this is a little weird, but you think you'd take my picture in front of the still?
Oh my god.
Just like White Lightning.
And this is the most Quentin Tarantino scene, is that they have like a good 5 minutes of dialogue that it feels natural. And like it is actually pretty entertaining because it's bizarre.
Yeah.
And he's just like, give me a smile. And he's like, oh no, I don't have a good smile at all. And he's like, you got a lovely smile. Like, where are we still?
We're doing this again?
Yeah.
No, smile. Give me a little bit. Give me a little bit. And the
You
case
should
is
be
like,
the-
really? Cause yeah. And he smiles a little bit. He's like, oh, it looks great.
While all this is
Curtis,
going
boy.
on, Orville's in the background, like lightly wrestling one of
Yeah.
the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kidnapped girl.
But they're kind of, the actors are trying to do this, you know, feel it out themselves with no direction. So it's just sort of like they don't really know what to do. They're just kind of tussling a little bit and then
Yeah.
half-assing the whole thing.
Yeah.
And she's like telling him before they like nothing below the waist.
Right.
You know.
And then, yeah, while the sheriff's hitting on Casey Kasem. And then he takes the picture and everything, and they go outside, and Orville, yeah, he's having problems with the hostage. And guys, this will never come up again, but all of a sudden this movie becomes like a Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Is the still blows up, and Casey Kasem comes out.
He stumbles out looking like young Einstein when he invented beer.
Yeah, he's got the fucking hair up, and he's got like the charcoal
soot.
on the face. Yeah, it's just, and his clothes are all ripped up, and he's like, ah.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on?
And then the sheriff pulls out a stick of juicy fruit and puts it in his mouth right before he passes out.
And that was the commercial.
Yeah.
I just read, what is this movie? What are we watching?
But, fuck all that. We're going back to our first storyline.
Yeah. So the two girls that ran away, I call them, it's Red and Lil,
Red and Lil.
right? Or Bra and Short Hair, as I have in my notes, until they got names halfway through the movie.
But they got names.
They arrive at, as I put, some asshole's farm holding a chicken. That's why I call him Chicken Farm. His name is Pike and his wife, right? And apparently they know these people. I mean, I don't. But whatever.
like I'm supposed to.
Yeah, because they walk in, they're like, "Oh man, it was a rough day." I'm like, "Did they explain who these people were or something?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's fine." And then Pike walks in, and he's like, "I wish that lady would put on some clothes." And I was like, "You think that's like the big, boo in the audience?" Guys are like, "Boo!
What does this guy know?
You cook!"
Get him, Chuck.
Like, and that's the thing. Now they're waiting the whole movie, like, for this guy to die. They're like, "Oh, get him!" That's what I did. Right, I was like, "Is this sort of like men's rights film or something?" Like, what?
This whole movie.
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
They needed to introduce a cuck
Oh, you need the cuck character.
to see what not to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, boo! Keep the bra on, or take more off. Am I right? And nobody's responding in the audience.
This is snowflake madness.
Yeah.
Showing you the dangers of being too sensitive.
Yeah.
So then we watch him move a car for 5 minutes.
Great.
Oh my
I'm not
God.
kidding. We watch backing up, put it in forward. Oh wait, hold on. You put it in neutral. There we go.
You know, a lot of these scenes could use the old instructional video narrator.
First, you back up the car.
Yeah.
See, Johnny knows that first you have to pop the clutch.
What is, like, when I popped open this movie on Amazon, the runtime, it's not that long. And a lot of this shit is just filler to make
You
that
know what's so
runtime.
crazy is I've never spent 6 hours watching a 70-minute movie before. But for fucking
Yeah,
A,
but you messaged me earlier today about, like, I could barely finish this movie.
this is the
I had to
longest
keep
movie I've
trying.
ever seen.
Yeah.
I just powered through and it ruined my fucking night.
This makes...
My wife was like, "Are you okay? What happened today?" I'm like, "I don't want to talk about it." These goddamn girls from Thunderstrip.
makes, like,
She's
Black
like, should
Devil
I
Doll...
watch
no.
this one? Or, no!
Black Devil Doll from Hell is preferable to this.
Oh,
Honestly, yeah.
100%.
At the end of this,
Okay.
we'll discuss where this falls on the list because it's
you kidding?
we got to do some this or this comparisons and see where we put this on
Can
the
the
list.
after this be, like, in the next 15 minutes? Because that would just be great.
I would rather watch Shelley Winters talk about who she fucked the night before
Oh, yeah.
than watch this fucking movie again.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm
Man,
good
Mr.
with
No
that.
Legs was action packed.
Yeah.
It was. God damn. So then Bra gets her cut fixed up by the lady of the house, and they're like, "We're gonna go break our sister out of jail." So then we cut to the jail. The bikers are in one cell, and the girl's in the other.
Sister
right?
Jessie.
Yeah. And then Sister Jessie goes like, "I'm gonna give you a show," and just takes
She
off her
starts stripping
clothes
for these fellas.
Yeah. And then one of the guys throws her money, and she's like mad about it. I'm like, "Well, what was the plan?
What are we doing?
Like, I don't understand."
When does the movie start?
What's the plot?
So then some dumb cop comes in. I don't think we know this guy at all. Like, he's a new cop. Like, they couldn't get Orville. He's gone.
Yeah.
They got this dumb cop who's like, "Now everybody shut up." And they're like, "Okay." And then all of a sudden, Red Bra comes in, right? And she's got this gun that she does not know how to hold.
Yeah.
She's just holding a gun like it's a shopping bag, pretty much. She's like she's holding it like a Christmas tree.
Might as well be
okay?
holding it by the barrel.
She is. She's like got one hand under, like she's holding it like you would hold like a flagpole. Okay.
Oh,
and
God,
she's
yeah.
carrying this thing, and she's like, "Now open the cell," and he's like, "Okay." So then they go open the
he
cell.
springs Jessie.
Yeah, and then one of the bikers goes, "Break us out of here too," and she's like, "Fuck you," and he goes, "I'll give you $50."
And so I guess they think about this for a second. Man, $50 to spring 3 violent men who will surely betray us? You got a deal, pal.
Because even the dumb cop's like, "Don't you know what these guys are in for?" And she's like, "Fuck that, it's $50."
$50 is $50.
And I just write, "No!" in my notes. I go, "No,
Well,
please."
This falls into this entire genre of film where this plot can only happen if every person in the movie does the dumbest possible choice.
Yeah, which is being this movie.
Yeah.
That's the choice.
Yeah, it's
that
like
they
if there
made.
was a fuck up your own adventure book.
No, there should be. That should be a Grindbin merchandise.
Well, it's called Lose Your Own Adventure. And you only have choices that are the wrong thing to do.
Like, there's a reason this was at the bottom of that film reel pile, okay? There was no reason to pull it back up and, and remaster it and get it on something. Like, it was just, it was at the bottom. It was actually keeping a shelf from falling over. There's a reason they shoved the fucking film reel
We definitely
under
found
a
this
shelf.
movie on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Dog ear that idea, though, Chris. Like Grindbin books.
Yeah, and this Choose Your Own Adventure, they decide to take that $50.
And so they spring the dudes.
Yeah.
And everyone goes to leave. But one of the guys stays behind to talk to the dumb cop.
Yeah, the deranged biker. And as they walk out, Red goes, "Now don't hurt that cop." And he's like, "Okay." And so then he goes and he hurts that cop.
Yeah, he walks up to him and he says, maybe you could pop this in. We can get a little quote here.
Nope.
Okay. He says, every time I see one of your faces, I just want to beat it in. I want to choke you till your eyes pop out. And then he does.
Yeah.
And the cop just kind of lets him.
Yep. Yeah, the cop doesn't fight back or
Yeah,
anything.
he
He goes,
grabs this cop by the throat, and the cop just stands there going, "Ack!"
He's taking it like a pro wrestling move. Like, he's not going to fight back. He's like,
Yeah,
it'll
like-
be my turn to get my moves in soon.
Like,
oh, wait, I'm dead.
Like he was told, you got to put over Kane tonight, son.
Like, you take the chair shot, then I'll take it.
I can't get any of my shit in. You got 2 minutes. Get out there and get choked out.
So he just goes, and dies on the ground.
Get strangled to death.
Then we watch okay, now here's the thing. This is what I wrote in my notes, right? These bikers, like, seriously, they're like deranged children playing with toys. Cut to a deranged child playing with a toy. I was like, man! Because the biker just goes, he grabs a machine gun. He goes, "Ra-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa, ra-pa-pa-pa-pa."
Fabulous segue.
By himself in the police station. He goes, "I'm going to shoot you." Ra-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa. Cut.
Great.
Okay. That's a movie.
You think the director was like, "We got it."
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you
It's
very
gonna be
much,
great.
everybody.
We'll add the muzzle flash in later or not.
Oh, there are no muzzle flashes in this
oh
movie.
my
Actually,
God.
do this. Can you do the sound of the machine gun just in case? We'll replace it.
There's one in particular coming up later in the film where
Yeah.
there's no muzzle flash,
Yeah.
there's no blank discharge, there's no squib. It's literally you hear blam, and the gun didn't do anything, and then you just see people reacting. It's worse than an old western with that.
So the girls and the bikers are now in a car chase with the police, which we just cut to immediately. Like we've
We had
lost
6
minutes.
crammed in a car.
I mean, thank God that we lost minutes.
Yeah.
Do you imagine if we had to watch them all get in the car? Well, I want to sit in the middle.
But the
Oh,
sudden, like,
Jesus.
overstuffed car reminded me of Human Tornado when they're going to L.A.
And I write, why'd they bring the bikers with them? You got the $50. Don't bring them in the car.
Hey, yeah, the $50 deal never had anything to do with...
Exactly.
And then we're just part of your crew.
Because they didn't say, well, we'll give you the 50 after, right? No. They gave her the 50, and then she's like, why don't you just come on with us, right? You look
Yeah.
like
I see no
trustworthy
reason not
gentlemen.
to trust you.
Don't know why they were in jail. Must be because they were just riding them bicycles, right?
Cops are so unfair to these bikers.
Yeah.
Just out there
Well,
trying
this
to
is the
live their
part of the
life and
film
cruise down the
where
road.
if anything bad happens to her, they want on to say, well, she had it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She invited them in the car. I mean, so he only, he's just doing what he should, right?
Right. He's a man with needs.
Yeah. So that's what happens is in the middle of the car chase, the man grabs a lady.
Yeah.
In the middle of a car chase with the police, he starts
He got a
trying
little,
to feel
got a
up
little
one of the
revved up.
girls.
You know, the adrenaline was pumping, and he got horned up real bad.
And she's like, what the fuck? We're in a car chase. And he's like, and Jesus Christ.
What the fuck are we watching?
Oh, well, what we're watching now is 3 minutes of cars driving slowly down dirt roads with single tripod shots because we're just going to get ready. Here it goes. One car. Wait. Here comes the cop.
Oh, my God.
Ready? Now cut to the inside of a car. The PA is just bouncing it. And man, he's going all out. He's fucking bouncing the shit out of this car.
Yeah.
Like, you got 4 PAs jumping on. Like, it look real yet?
This is 15 minutes of shit in a 75-minute bag.
Yeah.
Then the bikers, they're like, I want to grab a lady instead of being a car chase. And then the cops start shooting. The ladies freak out. The bikers are just being assholes. Then the crazy biker just gets out of the car, the machine gun. He wiggles it in the air. And they were like, well, the budget's out. We don't have any sound effects or muzzle flashes.
The budget's...
So
So just,
All we got is a man wiggling. And like,
yeah, see?
and like, just crap it so you can't see the muzzle. You can still see the muzzle. And you can clearly see a man just like trying to shake as he's firing a machine gun. And somebody going, rap, up, up. But they did have enough to put bullet holes in the cop car as it just pulls to the side of the road.
Yeah.
And the cops are dead because he shoots them. And I'm like, who is in that? Was the sheriff in that car? Or?
Is this an important character? Do we know this guy?
I think it was
who
the
cares?
sheriff because it said sheriff. We'll never see the sheriff or Casey Kasem again.
No.
So either,
Maybe they gunned down the sheriff and Casey Kasem.
I guess, either that or they went for that date.
I want to believe that the two of them just ended up happy together.
I think they did. Like, I really
I want
think,
some positivity to come out of this goddamn movie.
I think they went to dinner and he's like, you're really riled up all the time. And he's like, well, it's hard working for the government. It's like, maybe you just need to take it easy, hang out here with me, eat some juicy fruit.
I'm tired of delivering bad news after them up-tempo songs. Did you ever hear that, by the way? When Casey Kasem had a fucking meltdown?
No.
Oh, it's great.
The countdown will begin this Sunday afternoon at 1, right here on the radio station you grew up with, Music Radio 138. Oh, fuck. What the hell's going on here? Oh, geez, well, isn't it the last hour? We got another hour to do? Geez, I thought we were almost finished. Good golly, Miss Molly. Boy, this is fucking ponderous, man. Fucking ponderous. Hi, this is Casey Kasem. American Top 40 has moved to a new time. I hope you'll join me this Saturday morning and every Saturday morning at 2. Now, we're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's go start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. They do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. This is the last goddamn time I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that is that's up tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying.
Fucking ponderous, man.
It's ponderous.
Ponderous.
So yeah, we get the wiggle muzzle flash. That's how that ends, right? So and then they just ride off, right? And then we go back to that farm with Pike and the chickens. And the ladies and the bikers are now having a dinner together, and they talk about the sleeping arrangements. That's great.
This makes perfect sense.
That's great, because they're like, well, there's 3 of us and 3 of them, so
I
naturally...
guess I got this one, and you can have that one.
Yeah. Is that all right? We don't care what they think. Am I right, gentlemen? Hey!
All the guys in the theater is like high-fiving each other.
Woo! Woo! And they're just like, thank God that, there's that fucking cuck. Because he shows up and he goes, I don't think I like these guys. And Pike puts his face in a bowl of soup.
He's doing like a half-ass choke.
But he has something in his hand. It looks like a bird skull or something.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Yeah,
Chicken
he's like
skull.
he's like polishing it. Yeah, it didn't go well with the chicken that night.
He's doing some fucking Papa Shango voodoo in the shed outside.
Because Pike shows up and he goes behind the guy. He goes, I don't like these guys, right? And then he puts his hands on him like some
It's
sort
weird.
of...
He's like choking him from the back of the neck.
It's like an
Which
Ed
wouldn't
Wood.
choke
It's like
anybody.
an Ed
Anybody,
Wood
no.
movie style choke. He's like,
trying to do
you
like the Vulcan
George,
neck grip.
put your hands on the back of his neck and go, ah.
And he slowly like pushes his head down into his food.
Yeah. And everybody starts going like, his head's in the food. And then he comes up with like, alphabet soup on his nose.
And he makes him black out for a second.
Yeah, and he looks at me, he's like, you're going to get it. And he's like, you're going to get it.
And then just like, that's it.
That's it. Nobody gets it.
This movie, this happens a lot from this point on. Everyone keeps getting the drop on each other and then doing nothing, only to be overcome by the person they could have stopped just then.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, there's always like I don't know what step C is. It's like, all right, I took the leader of the gang and I knocked him out. Now I'm going to stand here and wait for him to wake back up.
Yeah, 'cause that's
Just
what he
to
does.
tell him, hey, I did that to you.
All right,
Yeah,
I hit this.
Go ahead and
goes-
kill me later.
I hit
goes,
this hornet's nest starting my tree with a baseball bat. Now what?
It's like question mark profit.
Yeah.
On everything.
It really is. It's like
Everyone's so
we're just
fucking
gonna
stupid
We're just
in this
gonna
movie.
do something and find out the consequences, or
We're
not.
just gonna wait to find out how
not.
you react to that one.
Sound like the last band I was in.
All right, what's the point of this movie again? In my notes.
Hey, when does the movie start?
Yeah, and then so Red Bra goes, "Hey, why don't you, the leader of the biker gang, who I just called leader?" He goes, "Why don't we take a moonlight walk?" So they go to the barn, and she takes a giant metal like hook that you would use to hook hay. I don't know what it's called. She hooks him right in the dick.
She got the drop on him.
Yeah, and he's like, "Ow!" And she goes, "Sing for me," and he sings, and then she puts it back, and then he tries to get handsy with her, and she beats him up.
Yeah. She got the drop on him, then stopped
Yep.
and went, now what?
Yeah. And then he put his
Yeah.
hands
This is
on
more
her.
frustrating than anything else in this movie.
Yeah. He puts his hands on her, then she beats him up again. Now what?
And then they just stand there.
Yeah. Well, she kind of walks away, and then they cut, and I go like, well, I guess that's over. I guess the scene gets
Great.
gets
Yeah,
over.
that's resolved.
So we've accomplished nothing.
So
No,
now we're on
no.
the next day, right? Because we see the rooster crow. We don't see him crow, but we sure see the sound effect. We hear the sound effect of it, and I see the rooster, but I don't hear it. Like, I don't see it happening.
No.
What I'm hearing. And then the bikers are now like holding up the girls. All of a sudden, they're like, "Hey, a lot of movie happened while you were away, audience." Like, well, we weren't away. You were the ones who went to bed.
I was here.
Yeah. And then they're like, I guess the night didn't go well or something, like, because now they're all, we're going to kill everybody.
Well, yeah,
and-
dude got hit in the balls for a second.
Yeah. So this is the aftermath of it. Like 12 hours later, he goes, you know what? I'm still mad about that.
And I'm mad about that thing with the food and the choke in the back of my neck thing.
Yeah. So now I'm going to hold up everybody. And they're like, well, what do you want? And he goes, well, I don't know. Let's just stand here for a minute with the gun.
Fuck. There was no writer on this movie.
I hate everyone in this movie.
Yeah, fuck this
No.
movie.
This is God. It's like
So-
it's like if you play Sims, you know, like you just want to see what happens.
Just like, well, the Sims are just standing around.
It's like
They'll
when
do
you're-
something, right? Are they
Yeah.
going to fuck? Are they going to cook dinner?
Oh,
what
fuck,
are they
I
going
buy
to do?
the fucking expansion pack, and then they do shit. Damn it!
Or it's like when you're a little kid and like your dad plays video games with you, and he's just walking around not doing anything. You're like, well, you just go to the next level.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Hey, this sure is fun, son.
Right.
Boy, Mario just could jump around all day, can he?
You're running out of time.
There's a time.
Run forward.
Yeah.
Oh god, some guy just going around the maze and the Pac-Man just over and over, and he's like, "What do I do in this game, huh? Something about these pellets? Is one of them ghosts gonna? I guess I'll just see what happens, right?" It's this whole fucking movie.
That my years ago at my dad's fire station, who was still a captain. The other guys were playing, I think, Call of Duty in the rec room. As he comes in and like, oh, Cap can play some games, and like, no, I can't. And they got him to play it, so it's Call of Duty. So he takes the controller, and all he knows how to do is he points the gun straight up and spins around in a circle, firing wildly in the air. And they go, the guys are like, it's like, well, he's our captain, so we kind of got to get him, Cap. Yeah, you got him.
You're doing good. You're doing
Oh,
good.
it's like when everybody claps on Family Feud, even though the answer's stupid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, good answer. Yeah, good answer. Yeah.
And Steve Harvey looks at the camera and he goes, "I don't want to be here either." You know how much they pay me to be on this shit? I can't give it up.
I felt like Steve Harvey was staring at me throughout this entire movie.
That's what you need. Is like a toasty Steve Harvey in the bottom corner being like, "You still watching
No,
this shit?"
it's a pan over like Twilight Zone. It's just him in his big suit. He's just staring at you, shaking his head
He's like,
silently.
you need somebody to say penis on the show again? Is that what's gonna liven this up again? Yes, survey says dick. It's on every fucking episode. It's like every time that it happens, he just looks at the camera and goes, I know. We do it on purpose.
Yep. It's like, name something a man has below his
Dick!
waist. you get dick, and you get the guy who goes, hat. And his family
that's the
goes,
thing.
good answer, good
That's the
answer,
thing.
yeah.
I'm screaming at my TV going, dick, dick, and nobody's getting it. They're all like, yeah, hat or shoe.
Is it a watch? No, shoe is like number 4 on there.
Yeah, and then at the end they're like, do you want to challenge? I don't know, we're going to get it, we're going to get it. And then they guess their last guess, and nobody gets it, and he goes, all right, survey says number 1 answer, dick. Y'all missed it.
And everyone goes, woo! And Steve
Yeah.
Harvey just sighs at the camera. Like, I get the feeling that Steve Harvey's begging to be euthanized in every episode. It's just put me out.
He's like, I'd rather be announcing the wrong winner of Miss America. That was it. He actually, at Miss America, he had a card. Somebody handed him a cue card.
yeah.
It just said dick on it.
It said survey says dick, and he didn't know what to do.
Okay, so what happens now?
So we get the car fixed.
Okay, well, hold on. This is when
Pardon me.
they stand around for 5 minutes, like literally in silence. And then he
Right.
goes, so what's the plan again? And some guy goes, let's just grab one of the ladies and we'll go.
Sure.
And he's like, should we grab them all? And he's like, I don't care. And then they just walk outside. Yes, they got the car fixed, okay, because Pike comes back. He goes, hey, I got the car fixed. What's going on in here?
And they do the old pro wrestling handshake bit. You know, like, hey, thanks for thanks for fixing my car. And he put her there, pal.
Yeah.
And you know, you expect Pike to look out at the screen, like when they look at the audience, like, should I shake his hand? No.
He is, yeah. He's like, they're like, no, don't do it, Hulk. Don't do it.
Oh my God, yeah.
Roddy Piper's gonna poke you in the eye.
Yeah.
But he shakes his hand.
Oh, he does.
Do you think that's where he got the idea in Django? I insist. All right, if you insist.
Well, we're sure Tarantino watched this movie.
He watched this very scene for that. Yeah.
Oh, but here's another thing. Now, we don't point the gun at the lady of the house, but he sure as hell shoots her.
Yeah, this is the moment I was talking about earlier, where suddenly, I guess the gun discharges. There's no muzzle flash. There's no squib.
Oh my God.
Look, but here's what happens. Is you see what the rapist biker is just pointing a gun in the air, and then all of a sudden you hear, bang!
And Aunt Telly is her name.
Yeah.
Suddenly goes, and falls over.
And then we're like, did it?
I guess he shot her?
Something happened? And then one of the girls, okay, they go outside.
There was another shooter? This is a grassy knoll situation?
Oh my God. This goes all the way to the top, man.
Do it.
It was Casey Kasem in the window, and he's like, oh shit, I shot the wrong lady.
Don't please play an upbeat banjo song as I shoot this lady in the fucking head.
Well, ponderous, man. It's fucking ponderous.
Ponderous.
However, you did mention that this movie roundabout led to the creation of the comedian from Watchmen.
No. The cartoon, the comic book he made.
Yeah, the character that inspired the comedian from Watchmen. Do you know what the comedian from Watchmen did in The Watchmen? Shot Kennedy.
Oh, here you go.
It all ties together.
Oh my God.
No shit.
Huh. So yeah, and then they go outside and they're like, there's too many women in this cast. Have that girl run into the bathroom and let's shoot her. And that's what happens.
Seriously?
It's
My
It's one
God.
of the most bizarre things that happen. She's like, no, and she runs into the outhouse.
Do you know how mad I got that I had to rewind this movie and watch that again because I didn't understand what was going on? Is the girl, like the girl from the very beginning, the hostage girl, just runs into an outhouse, and then the maniac guy shoots her.
Pulls out his machine gun and
Yeah.
rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat.
And
He goes,
again, someone does to the toilet. Quentin Tarantino steals it years later. Pulp Fiction, someone does in a toilet. Bing, bang, boom.
I did like this as actually, I got a little bit of a chuckle because of how stupid it was. Is the only aftermath you see is a roll of
Toilet paper rolling down the hill.
outhouse.
Have
Yeah.
me take it.
No sense.
Yeah.
That's a chuckle.
It made no sense.
That's how are we gonna signify that? How do we know that she died?
She was on the shitter.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
How about some juicy fruit with that shit? Am I right? Like the thing unrolls and there's juicy
And it
fruit.
says buy juicy fruit on it. Like, man, that was the best shot in this movie.
Think they'll like it? You think the juicy people are going to like this movie?
Oh, they loved it.
So
If you had a stick of juicy fruit, they love this movie.
then they drive off with their meaty girls. The back of the house. So Pike wakes up and he's like, he looks over. This is really funny, though, as he sees his dead wife. Not the
Oh, my
the
God.
thing that was happening.
Yeah.
Her face
Jesus.
is crazy.
Yeah.
So they do have makeup of a bullet hole in her head.
That's
you know?
good enough.
It is fine, but her face, she's just like the most shocked. She looks like she's got like the blow up doll face. It's basically like a mouth just like, ugh. Jesus. It is though. It's like
It is.
terrifying.
Like the director's like, no, bigger, more tongue, wider.
Why did they do that face? Like you're looking at it just going like, man, this is weird.
I've seen dead bodies. That's what they look like.
Just the mouth got so wide on a dead body.
And the eyes are wide open.
Yeah, eyes are wide open, mouth
like an
wide.
old-
Everything becomes wide.
It's like watching an old Mario Bava movie. It's just like that's the death mask. We're just like, ah.
Yeah.
It looked like somebody that died in The Grudge. Is that the one where they all have the big mouth?
Yeah. Or the ring.
She got ringed.
You just got ringed.
Ringed.
So now
I want my open
Dak
casket
Shepard
to
jumps out from behind a corner. You got ringed.
I want my open casket to be just like that.
Oh, it will be. We're playing it.
Good.
Oh, Chris, don't worry. We'll get that mouth open. We'll get it open.
That's how I'm going out too.
We're back in the car now, And then Lil just goes, ah! And she starts screaming for no reason.
Yeah,
And
it's like a smash cut to woman screaming in car.
Yeah. And then
Grindbin bingo, everybody. Smash cut to woman screaming in car. We have smash cut to a guy's asshole. So mark that down into Grindbin bingo, everybody.
smash cut to a woman screaming.
Man,
Yeah.
we're going this month. Spoiler alert: we're gonna black out our bingo cards.
So Bra's in the front with the leader of the biker gang, and she's like, "Hey, don't yell." Also, what are we doing? Are we in a car chase or something? And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I'm gonna kill that Pike guy." And she's like, "You're not gonna kill him. You only got one bullet left." He's like, I don't need more than one bullet. I'm gonna get him. I'm like, "Great, I don't fucking care." And I said, "Who's Pike?" "Oh, it's that chicken guy." Huh. And then
Who's
Pike,
anybody in this movie?
here we go, guys. What do we do now with like 10 minutes left in this movie? I'm sorry, 15 minutes, because we know where the last 10 minutes are going to be.
Yep. Oh my
With
god.
15 minutes left, let's introduce a new character.
Great
we watch
idea.
Pike go over and visit his cousin. He goes, "Hey, guy we've never seen in the movie before. I'm going to go and find the girls. I don't know why I'm not doing it right now, because I feel like they're in mortal danger, but I'm going to tell
Time
you."
seems of the essence.
Yeah.
Well, in the South, they take things a little slower, so
It's
they're
true.
being accurate.
First, I'm gonna have me a sweet tea.
Yeah,
So, yeah, we watch him finish his tea, right?
as one would.
And then he goes over and he's like, "Hey, cousin, my wife died. That's not what I'm here about, though. I'm going to go out and find these biker guys who took these girls in a minute, okay, after we have a beer here together, right? Can you just, what did he say? He's like, call the cops if something happens, or maybe not. Okay, bye."
Yeah, sure.
And then he just leaves. He says, call the sheriff. I go, I thought the sheriff was dead. All right, who knows? Then this is when I write my notes. This is the point of the movie where I'm so upset that Amazon doesn't have a 1.5 speed setting.
Seriously.
Well, okay, I got
Get
a
on it,
confession. I got a
Bezos.
confession to make.
Uh-oh.
This movie took me so fucking long to watch that at this point in the movie, with 15 minutes left, I started Googling how to watch an Amazon movie faster, and I found a plugin for my browser that allowed me to speed up the movie.
I thought they were
so I
gonna-
now watch the rest at 1.2 speed.
I thought they were going to give you the ingredients to make meth or something.
I would have taken it at
That's
that
the
point.
next step.
You know?
Yeah.
That's, how,
But
that's the
no.
other way to make this movie.
So,
look
guys,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. The last 15 minutes in 1.2 speed was a little more enjoyable.
Oh, that's good.
These things moved.
What's this plugin called again, so everybody knows?
I don't know. Video Faster.
This episode of the
Video
Grindbin
Go
is
Faster.
brought to you by Video Faster
Brought to you by Juicy Fruit.
and Juicy Fruit.
Ponderous.
Fucking ponderous, man.
So then all of a sudden, 10 minutes.
That's to our theme song. It's fucking ponderous.
Grindbin bingo too.
Hell yeah.
Then all of a sudden, 10 minutes of movie get cut out because here's what we saw. We saw Pike go, hey, I'm gonna go get those girls, right? I'm gonna go save them.
Yeah.
And the girls drove off, right? Cut to Pike holding Red, so bra lady.
Yeah.
And she's been shot. And she goes, "Do you think they still got Lil?" I'm like, wait, what just happened? Like, what happened to the movie?
Yeah.
10 minutes are just gone.
There should have been like a boop.
There's a whole,
Like the little-
there's a fucking
Yeah.
missing reel in this thing.
We needed the burn. You just see the reel
Yeah.
go.
It is like, a whole Gremlins 2 situation here.
Oh, God.
Where fucking half the movie disappears.
And the tinglers lose in the theater.
And then the car, it just happens, man. The car drives, and then we cut to Pike holding her.
Yeah.
Just, they still got Lil, and I mean, I don't care that the movie got cut. I don't care.
Hey, if it made it shorter, God
Yeah.
love you.
That's what
Oh my God.
whoever axed part of this movie.
I wrote Bezos at Amazon.com and said, "Thank you so much, sir, for
Man.
cutting 10 minutes out."
What did Bezos pull out of this movie, considering what was still in it?
He screens them
'Cause he
all
does
personally.
personally.
He screens
Everything
them all
that's-
personally.
Little trivia for you guys at home.
Yeah.
Bezos literally watches everything that's on
Yeah.
Amazon Prime.
If you
he
request,
has to approve it.
If you request a movie, because you can request movies for Netflix or Amazon, and if they can get the rights, they will put it up on the platform for you.
Yeah.
I'm serious. You can do
Yeah.
it. You can request.
I'm actually gonna try that with a few movies.
You should. They will.
Some stuff that I can't get on DVD even.
Yeah.
That
They
I
might.
want to watch.
If they can get the rights to it, they will do it, and they did
They
for
get
this
some weird
movie.
shit on there, man.
But little do you
They
know,
have stuff that does not exist on a digital medium.
movie request at Amazon.com for some reason just goes to Bezos' inbox. And he's
Straight
like, well,
to it.
I don't know why I keep getting movie requests, but I better start watching
The thing is,
these.
with the amount of money and free time that he has, that's all he does is sit around watching.
Yeah,
these
he
movies.
sits on like a chair made out of hundreds.
It's
you
a
know.
chair made out of Amazon employees. They literally form a chair. They all pile up, and he just climbs up on there.
And the ottoman is made out of Whole Foods employees.
Yeah. He puts his feet up on it. They thought I was going to lower prices when I bought Whole Foods.
It's an organic ottoman.
Yep.
Organic.
Zing, zing, zing.
Yeah, so then the bikers stop because somebody's car broke down on the road, and then one of the bikers attacks the camera. He walks over and he goes like, "I hate this movie too," and he just starts strangling you, the audience, and you're like, "Put me out, dude. I'm ready. I'm ready."
Man, that is, that's when this movie got interesting. I'm like, oh, that's
Even the
that's bold.
All of a sudden, I woke
Then
up
he turns and starts killing us POV style.
I mean, I woke up and my hands were around my throat, and I didn't know what had happened.
Oh man, imagine a movie where suddenly a guy turns and in first person strangles you, and the rest of the movie's from a bird's eye view. It's just you astral projecting.
Whoa, that'd be cool.
Hey,
I
write
like
that
it.
down. Hey, everyone listening at home, don't steal my idea.
Yeah.
Grindbin the movie.
So then Pike and Bra stop their car, and I go, "To what? Take a fucking break or something?" Like, all of a sudden they just stop and they get out and they're like, Are we in a car chase?
Yeah, I'm going
or-"
to take my 15.
Yeah, and then Pike goes, "I'm going to walk down this road. I think they went down there or something." And she's like, "Well, why don't we drive?"
Well, and I'm thinking, can we follow neither? Is that an
Yeah.
option?
Can we just
in this lose your own
Can this
adventure?
end like Shane?
Just
Walk away and leaves and the movie ends? No, he goes by and then he sees the guy they strangled. So it wasn't a cameraman, it was a guy. Well, it was a cameraman. He's like, "Oh, I only got one reel left. Oh my God, I'm going to die. I'm going to die." He says something about how they took his wife and everything. So then we cut to the bikers are at like a house with this lady, and she's getting like
He's taking
water.
a hostage that we, the viewer, don't know.
Yeah, and she's like getting water like it's...
Yeah, they make
I
her
don't know,
carry
she's
a
like
bucket
a
of
fucking
water.
Mayan or something. Like she's getting it from the river or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then...
Sure, I'm glad we looped back around to the themes at the beginning of the
Yeah.
movie where we're just fucking with women and then killing
I
them.
didn't have enough of that, you know? Because then the leader goes like, "Well, there's nothing else we can do with this lady, so I'm going to bring her inside and rape her." Thank God the camera didn't follow.
No.
Then the other guy's like, "Well, let's just fuck with this other lady," and they like pull out a gun and they shoot the air, and they're like, "Yeah, carry that
Seriously,
water."
yeah.
And then she walks down a hill and he shoots her and he goes, "I shot her." Then all of a sudden Pike shows up
Our
behind
hero.
them, right?
Haha!
And he shows up and everybody's like, "Boo! I wanted to see more violence against women." Cuck!
Fuck this milk
Here
toast.
here comes the cuck. Just hearing that like in the theater, you just like,
Yeah, when the usher's like,
yeah, he's just walking by under his breath. So yeah, then he goes, "I'm gonna shoot you both," and he goes, "You can only take one of us." He takes both.
No, he shoots both.
He gets them both.
Really uneventful.
Then we see about 5 minutes of a guy leg at a river because they really like the shot. They're like, "Really like it. Just stay there, sir. Stay there. Stay there." Cut. So then the other guy, like the leader, comes out of the house with Lil, right?
We got our hostage standoff.
Yeah.
Pop
And
quiz hot shot.
he goes like this. He goes, "I'll give you the count of 3 to drop
Count of
that
4.
gun or make a move."
he makes the count of 4, which is
And then
even
she's
weirder.
done. Yeah, he goes 1, 2, 3, and he's still got the gun. And he goes 4.
I'm serious. 5, 6. I'm not fucking around here. 7, 8.
Yeah. And here's the thing: Pike doesn't drop the gun at first, and he's like, "You better drop it."
They do a time drop. You think this is a fucking game? 26, 27.
That would have been great.
Yeah, half a reel gets cut out again. 40, 48.
I swear to fucking Christ, I'll do it. 217.
So then Pike, for no reason, drops the gun.
Yeah,
and
well,
then,
willfully disarms and lets them leave.
yeah, and then here's
Because
the thing.
he got the drop on him, did nothing,
Yeah.
and there is no plan C.
And then he waits for what happens, and the guy runs away. Then Pike runs after him, but he doesn't think to pick up the gun.
No.
Because at that point, he's like, "Well, he said drop it, so should I?" Oh, fuck it. I'll just go without it. So then we run through the woods for 10 fucking minutes.
And I'm thinking during the 10 minutes, is he doing a rope-a-dope? Like, is he trying to get this guy to run out of bullets shooting back at him? And then eventually it's going to go click, click. He's going to go, ha ha.
Yeah, because remember,
Like
he
a
pull out
spear
an
him.
axe.
remember
No, he
Bobby
spears
only
him.
had...
Oh, like Roman Reigns? Or do you mean throws a spear?
Both.
Like Michael Sopke
style,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just out of nowhere.
He tapes a spear to his back.
Yeah,
and
he
then
comes
spears
back
him.
with a handful of spears. He killed every
I came
cannibal
back in the morning.
every cannibal in Kentucky. So, anyways, he goes out there and
It is
then
a white knuckle foot chase across Tom
Oh,
Sawyer
seriously,
Island.
fucking
God,
A, man.
and then finally
And
he
he plays
lets Lil
anything with a flat surface or a curve we can run across, set up the
Yeah.
camera.
and they just reverse shot it, and everything.
They should have changed the backgrounds on him. He's like running past the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing: they
Pyramids.
take another break. Lil's just sitting there, right? She's sitting by a tree because he let her go.
Yep.
And then Pike runs up and he goes, "Hey, what's up?" And she's like, "Is the movie over or something?" He goes, "No."
Oh.
So, anyways, I'm gonna marry that girl, Red. And he says whether she wants to or not, which I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, he
boy.
says she's alive enough to marry me.
Yeah. And then she goes, "Oh, cool." And he goes, "Did you ever hear that White Lightning people are really good at racing cars? We're going to be in NASCAR now." And she's like, "Okay, so that's our new life plan. We're going to be a race car team." He's like, Yeah, we're thinking you can come with us, maybe work in the pit crew or something." And she's like, "Okay." And then he actually says in the movie, he goes, "Well, I got to go get that guy." And then he just runs out. This is what I did right in my notes, though. You have redeemed yourself slightly, movie. Because the ending of this movie
Does
is...
stick the landing.
What the fuck? Okay, who wants to take it, please?
Go ahead, man.
Okay, so we're gonna run on our foot chase is now
Another 5 minutes of foot chase.
another 5 minutes. So then we approach this cave on the side of a hill like you'd see in like Skyrim or some shit. There's out of nowhere, and our antagonist is being chased and he runs in there, and our protagonist is kind of behind, and as our antagonist runs in, he stops as it gets real dark, and we do a quick zoom to a taxidermy
Like a bobcat.
critter of some sort. It's so
Clearly
quick.
taxidermy.
It is
Yeah.
a taxidermy
Yeah.
like mountain lion.
Yeah, and it's
And it
all
goes,
and it's all like just front lit with nothing else around us. It's we
It's
can't.
like the Matterhorn.
Yeah, it's like it's the fucking Yeti, man. Like
The old one, though.
Yeah,
not
the
like
old-
not the sweet
yeah.
animatronic one.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's just like where it goes... "Ah!"
yeah, it's like the screeching sound. We just zoom in really quickly, and then
You hear a guy go... "Ah!"
Yeah, I did the scream, and I'm like, okay, you got me.
And then Pike just walks away and the movie's over.
Yeah, he lights a cigar. Like fucking, like John Matrix. At the end of Commando, he just like, well,
Guess that's over.
he should have been like, "Cat, got your tongue?"
Oh,
and
that
then
would've
hit
been
the
great.
cigar
Oh.
over.
Missed opportunity.
Oh my god. I love the ending though.
And
like
that's
I
so,
thought it was
it's so fitting for
great.
our limp dick of a hero in this movie that he didn't do anything.
Someone, yeah,
That like some wild animal just goes, "Rah!" And he goes, "Well,
Yep, guess it's over.
I'm gonna tell her I killed him.
Yeah.
I did it myself. I'm an animal."
I clawed him to death.
And then that's it.
Oh
Yeah.
man, this needed the thriller ending. Like he goes, "It's safe now." And he turns, he's got like fucking mountain lion eyes.
And it just zooms into Michael Jackson's face real fast. So recommendations?
Nope.
Fuck no. As we've alluded to throughout this film, like I found myself getting physically anxious because I hated this movie so much.
Oh yeah.
I was getting stressed out by how much I hated this film.
Here's the thing though, on Amazon, fire up the last 2 minutes. Because
Yeah.
man, the last scene of this movie, it
Oh,
got me.
shit.
I laughed my ass off
Yeah.
for that last
I was
scene. I was
dying.
like, what?
There's two moments. There's the honky tonk man moment where the sheriff suddenly manifests an acoustic
Well,
guitar.
three moments. When the sheriff hits on Casey Kasem.
Okay, yeah.
That is pretty gold.
And then the Deus Ex Bobcat. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so that was a movie. Do you guys hear that sound?
Not really.
How do you
No.
think Bobby DeVito fit in the world of what's this movie called? The Young
The
Girl
girls
Writers?
from Thunderstruck.
Girls from Thunderstrip. Where was Thunderstrip?
Where was
What is Thunderstrip? Is that like a?
Why was it even fucking called
Is that what you call it? Like a strip of pubic hair that's in the shape of like a
Oh,
cloud?
boy.
Or
Oh, jeez.
I'm not being honest.
Hey, you've been
Good to have you
Thunderstruck.
back, man.
Hughes, is that you or?
I made no remarks against. Never mind.
How do you think Bobby DeVito fit in the world of the girl from the Thunderstrip?
You know, I'll take this one.
Here he goes.
We don't see Jesse's body. Jessie is the girl who ran into the outhouse. All we saw was the toilet paper. And so, I think our horrible villains of our story may have accidentally saved a life. Because I envisioned that we cut back to said outhouse, the door opened up, Bobby's body falls out, holding a rag in his death clutch, and she kind of stumbles out bewildered.
And for some reason, he's got a chicken on his dick.
Uh-huh.
Which they couldn't figure
Absolutely.
it out.
And then Jessie just hops into the straight arrow and drives off into the sunset.
And she made out better than the rest of the movie.
She sure did. Better than us, even.
All right, so I'm gonna say after Bra and what's her name push that cop car off the bottom of the hill, we never see that cop car where it lands completely. So Bobby and DeVito, they're having they're stuck straight arrow. They want to stop from overheating. It's a little hot. So they're like, Bobby, we need to take a break. Park over there, get some shade next to that hill. So they park it, and Bobby goes, there's one last joint here, DeVito. DeVito goes, oh, Bobby, I would kill for that joint. And in that split second, that cop car lands right on the straight arrow and kills them both.
I feel like they saw the Thunderstrip County limits,
Yeah.
and they just kept driving.
That's it. They just not worth their time.
Drove right past it. They go like, should we stop here? And they go, no.
You know what? That was actually my original one. I was going to say they just kept fucking driving.
It was a hard left.
It was a hard left up that hill.
They took a hard left.
Yeah.
They actually they went down the Maniacs town instead. The fork in the road is one way you're going to Thunderstrip, the other way you go to 2000 Maniacs town. Yep. Me personally, I'd rather take the Maniacs town. I'll take my chance with the South Rising again than these dudes. Okay?
I'm going to find out if that giant rock's going to fall off that platform.
Yeah, I would gladly lay under the rock to see.
Yeah, man. Go down, drive some
Go
monster
them on
trucks.
as they're trying to piggy me. No, they'd keep driving. There's no way they'd stop.
Well,
so that was a movie. So
yes, thanks for enduring this with us.
good night.
Hey, Bobby, I got the money.
Dad, I made the team. You're a hooker.
Get that goddamn thing out of your mouth.
Spooky got no real rhythm.
Hello, Mr. Man.
We're gonna play a little game, baby.
I just love fun and games. Get a little girl all hot and horny.
This is Los Angeles.
How the hell would women live? I'm horny. And maybe Daddy wouldn't have had to kill himself because he couldn't get it up anymore.
What a shame.
Come on, just step on the gas before we get green. And